So today we will talk about the colorist coon. So we will go into a profile of this animal, and then we'll talk through really examining this creature in its natural habitat. So let's get started. So the colorist coon, he is located everywhere in Blackistan. He is so common, y'all. So most Tyrones are color struck and are oddly obsessed with hair and skin color. I don't care if he's a rich Tyroch, if he's broke, if he's poor, if he works at McDonald's. They still will have these insane delusional ideas of this prototype of what they feel entitled to. Their appearances, so they are blackety black. So it's so interesting, and it's such a mindfuck because, you know, they are very, very dark skinned. They tend to be and have the coarsest 4C, most 4C coiled hair, and will be these pot belly fools with receding hairlines, but still they'll indicate that they want these long haired, light skinned, yellow bone women with a 24-inch waist, even though they are sloppy looking, even though they are unattractive at best, and even though they are very sloppy and no one wants them. Their behavior, they're very self-hating. So that's where the colorist coon, their behavior, it initiates from that self-hate. So they'll date anything non-black. It doesn't matter, you know, what they look like. So they'll pedestalize and they'll mate with Barnyard Becky, plain face, pie face Becky, who is very, very, very mediocre looking. They'll also court Mylene and Maria, very average looking women. And it's just because they worship anything non-black. And the interesting thing is they'll oftentimes will call black women ghetto and loud, but in the same instance, because, you know, we can be boisterous and we can be very passionate and we have a certain swag about ourselves as black women, so they'll denigrate us for that, but in the same token, in the same breath, we'll also look for and will court a Hispanic woman with the same demeanor, and they'll turn around and will say that's exotic and they're just spicy. Yeah, and the other interesting thing is they really like to seek out these mates. That way they can produce the same girls that they fetishize. And I've always said this before. I really think that Tyrones have this weird fetishization when it comes to, you know, skin color and when it comes to curly hair and loosely textured hair. I really do think that the reason why they do that is so that they can create, like intentionally create these young girls that are biracial and that are racially ambiguous that match the profile what they fetishize, so they can have free access to young girls that they want to be able to sexually molest, they want to be able to be predators towards. And so when I've had several experiences in Blackistan. I don't think that it's rare. I think that most black women can say and can attest to having several experiences with colorist men. I remember dating one Nigerian man, and he was dark as night. I mean, he was dark as night. And I remember watching him put on bleaching cream, and he did it so nonchalantly. And I remember just being so confused because I'm like, well, you are a dark black male. I am a dark-skinned black woman. So we will, if we decide to pursue and proceed with this, we will have dark-skinned black children. So you're using bleaching cream, although you're dating a dark-skinned woman. What do I look like procreating and having children with someone who hates himself so much that he's using chemicals to make his skin lighter, when we will likely have dark-skinned children because we are both dark-skinned? And I stopped talking to him because of that. I also remember dating a Hispanic colorist, and he was a black guy. And it's so funny because they'll tell you to date the educated lame, and he fit that prototype verbatim. So he had the glasses, had a strong lisp. He also was in web development, so he was a tech nerd, and he was a colorist. I ended up finding out that he had problematic posts where he talked about how he didn't like dark-skinned women and how he preferred light-skinned women. So I don't know. Like this is a very pervasive problem within Blackistan. I mean, I would venture to say at least 90% of most of these Tyroches are colorists, and so you'll see this creature very commonly all throughout Blackistan and Nicaragua. Notable colorists, so Chris Brown, who touted and bragged how he only F's with the good hair in one of his songs, the Black with the good hair. Lil Wayne talked about how, there's a beautiful Black woman that he noticed. I bet that bitch red. And he also talked about, even though he has a dark-skinned daughter that is darker and that is Black, fully Black, and has Black features and looks like him, he talks about how he just pedestalizes and just worships lighter-skinned women. YG, he talked about at the funeral of the well-renowned rapper about how he loved light-skinned pretty girls and how his daughter was light-skinned. So they had to watch out for that. Just oddly, just talking about his daughter in that perspective was really weird. They all just have this really odd obsession, this odd, really fixation on anything not Black.
Check out this video. Said it before, said it again. There are no secrets. Everybody in general kind of knows everybody else's business, including the little dirty self-hatred secrets that we have in the BC. Check this out.
Most of the women that I've dated have been Black. A lot of them very dark skinned, a lot of them very light skinned. However, when I was dating a light skinned Black woman, a pair of two Black dudes that was walking by, they looked at her and then looked at me, and one of them said to the other, "What the f does she see in him?" I've never experienced any of this kind of negative energy when I date a really dark-skinned Black woman. Black guys never even look this way. It doesn't matter that I'm dating a really dark-skinned Black woman. It only becomes some kind of an issue if I'm dating a really light-skinned Black woman. What I've understood from this, living in predominantly Black neighborhoods most of my life, is that Black people watching, correct me if I'm wrong or you have a better understanding of this, but this is my observation and my understanding. Black men tend to go for white women, for the snow bunnies. If they can't get themselves a white girl, they'll go for the light-skinned Latina. And if they can't get one of those, then okay, I'll get me a light-skinned Black woman. And if they can't get that, the attitude that I've seen is fuck, get me a really dark one at this point. When I see Black men tripping because I'm with a light-skinned Black woman, I understand, because it's like, you consider this your woman. Like, why is he taking our Black woman? But when I'm with a really dark-skinned Black woman, I'm not taking anything from them because they don't want these. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
It comes from self-hate, because the key is to get closer to whiteness. So if you're dark and you can mix red bone, yellow bone, or look at you white girl, look at you Asian girl, they're submissive, they'll listen to you. It's deep. It comes with self-hate. That's why you'll see, like what you're saying, when you're dating a girl that's darker skinned, they're not really tripping because I didn't want her anyway.
Black women, we're worthless to you. I'm telling you right now. We're fucked either way. To get a good Black man, 1 out of 100, you got to date 100 niggas. To be into a nigga that's into you, that's a good man, you got to 100 men. Single Black woman, we're going to go in America. She going to go to Atlanta. She can't get a man out there. They date each other. She's confused. She's all fucked. She's trying to be loyal to her race. Black woman, stop it. We're not loyal to our race. We don't give a f about you. We don't give a fuck how loyal you are, bitch. If you're not yellow, we don't f with you. Everybody you look up to, he's either a Black man's with a light-skinned Black woman or a white one.
Because a lot of Black women, and I'm speaking African American, feel forced to date Hispanic men or even white men because Black men treat them so poorly.
I was literally about to say.
Let's talk about the stereotypes, right? As a Latina, I get aggressive with you. I start cursing you out in Spanish. I'm yelling. I'm making a show. Oh, that's sexy. But let a Black woman do it. Crazy, because I could look the same as her. She could have my complexion, all of that. But just because I speak Spanish and sexy.
Pure facts. Pure facts. I had to say it again. You Kangs demonize Black women for the very same things that you praise in non-Black women. You all love a spicy Latino woman with attitude and who's aggressive. But you demonize, assault, and attack black women for having those same exact traits. Those same things that you find attractive in another woman.
And then, was growing up, I always wanted a mixed baby. But being 100% honest on it, I always wanted a mixed kid.
Damn.
And then on top of that, like, as I got older, it's just, it's a little easier to deal with. Like, I'm one of the only guys, well, we don't have a lot of guys on both sides of my family. It's a lot of female cousins, and obviously, you know what happens with a lot of females.
They get mad.
Yeah,
they mad at you.
You always hear it, so it wasn't anything that I wanted to be around, and that's what kind of led me to where it's at.
Like, what do you prefer about the mixed baby? You can be honest, because, you know, me too, I want a mixed baby, so I get it. I get it.
I'm a dark ass.
Even if I adopt, I'm adopt mixed anyway. But go ahead, go ahead.
Nah, I'm a dark ass dude originally, so I don't know. My cousins, they was always light skinned. The light skin.
You think it's like it's a better experience for the light skinned kid than a dark skinned kid?
They love breathing themselves out. Oh, study like my daddy. They love breeding themselves out, man. They love promoting interracial dating. They love that stuff. Oh, my mixed child, look at my face. Like, have you seen all these Hotep's grandkids now? They're literally pitch white. Muhammad Ali's grandkids are basically looking white. You know how sad this shit is? Yo, these guys just hate their dark-skinned faces, man. Absolutely hate it, man. They hate being black. They hate being... Why if they're now talking about illegal immigration, man? They're coming here. They're coming... Oh, come on. Give me a break. Like, you can build community. You can't build community here. Come on now. Can you understand that, soldier? Because, listen, man. Listen. This Afro-American male community is never going to be fixed. Because they hate being black. They don't like their dark-skinned black American women. They don't want to fix their community. You can throw $1 trillion to their faces. They're not going to do nothing about it. They hate themselves. You can get rid of white supremacy. It doesn't matter. They're going to hate themselves. Listen, this Afro-American male, this black dark-skinned male, he hates being black. He does not like being black. He hates being dark-skinned. He wants to constantly breathe himself out. You guys have, there's so many dark-skinned black women from Africa, but no, you're so fixated with Latin America because you don't care about Africa. That's why I laugh at the shit about we gotta build black owned, everything black owned, we gotta build our business, black owned, black power, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you're all black power, but it's not in the bedroom. You don't like being black. You don't like dark-skinned black children. You don't like them. You don't breed them like, and you really look at it this way. Look at Latin American men. They're not dating out. They're not. Dominican men are not dating out. Cuban, Mexican, they're not dating out. None of these guys are dating out. None of these guys are dating out. Brazilian men are not dating out. Let's start with the black ones. The black Cuban men. Do you see them dating out? No, they're not. Black men from Brazil that live in the United States, do you think they're dating out? They're not dating out. You guys date out. You guys constantly breed yourselves out. And you wonder why you guys want to talk about global power and economies, but you never understand that because in order for it to work, you got to date within your own ethnic group. As in, you got to date black women from your home countries, where you're from, your ethnic background. Y'all don't want to do that. Oh, I want to go get me a black girl from Panama, and we're the same, man. We're the same. We can build black. No, you can't. You're not. You're not black Brazilian. You never will be. You are from the United States. You're from West Africa. That's where you belong. You should go and marry the women over there. You don't want to. Because you don't like them. You don't find them attractive. This is why you guys want to, this is why these women are constantly skin bleaching themselves. Putting weave on and all that other stuff. And you want to sit there and blame fucking white supremacy. When in reality of it, that's nothing to do with white supremacy. That's what you guys like. You like that mixed features. You like that stuff. They're doing it for you. They're not doing it for fucking me. You kidding me? When I see When I see a skin bleaching conversation coming up in Jamaica, do you think Jamaican should just skin bleach you to get someone like me? No, they're not. They're doing it for dark-skinned black men for Jamaica. They're not doing it for dark-skinned black men for our place. They're doing it for their men because their men like that stuff. You know, why do you think all these guys... Why do you think all these guys that are so fixated with Dominican Republic, yet there's Haiti right next door? They can easily fix up their economy. They work together and build a black nation. They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't care about Haiti. It's too dark. It's too black. The men are too ugly. I don't want my children to become ugly. I gotta breed myself out. They hate being black. They can sit there all they want, talk about racism all they want, when these guys are the true colorists.
I want to talk about something that I'm going to direct this video towards black women, because I just want to know something. I was just, as you could tell in the background, Maury is on, and there was a black man on there. He was in a relationship with a white woman, and he got busted for being a cheater. And I was just thinking, I was like, why is it that black women still keep trying to find a, quote, good black man when black men don't even know how to treat white women good? I mean, they glorify white women so much. Like, you see it all the time. Black men are always glorifying white women. I mean, that song that says Michelle Pfeiffer, White Gold, or whatever, I forgot how the song goes, but they're always like glorifying white women, and you see them all the time in relationships with white women, and they treat white women like they're the cream of the crop. And then they turn around and mistreat white women. They cheat on them. They do the same stuff that they do with black women, except they do the same stuff that they do with black women. But the difference is they glorify white women so much. And the thing is, why is it that black women are still trying to find the quote-unquote good black man when they can see that black men can't even treat the women that they glorify so much? They can't even treat them good. Like, you would think that since they glorify white women so much, that they would be able to treat the women that they glorify good. But since they can't even treat the women that they glorify good, what makes you think that a quote-unquote good black man will treat a black woman good?
They hate you. This is not conjecture. This is not hyperbole. This is a fact. The undeniable evidence is plain to see. They use you for sex but refuse to give you marriage. They get you pregnant and leave you to fend for yourself, without resources, without support, without help. They do this at a 77% rate. In case you can't recognize it, this is hate. They shoot up your communities. Your kids are killed. They see the damage they cause and they continue it still. They beat, rape, and murder you at the highest rates. There is nothing you can call this behavior except hate. They refuse to build resources. They refuse to protect you and work hard to make sure that the whole world rejects you. They write songs calling you bitches and hoes, and that's the way that hatred grows. So the whole world joins in dehumanizing you. They hate you and makes the world hate you too. They tell the whole world you are ugly, unloved. They call you unworthy, undesirable, and if that's not enough, they sex traffic you and your daughters. They don't see it as wrong. They molest over 60% of our little girls before they're even grown. They use you as mules. They use you as tools. They use you like fools. And to them, it's all cool. And they do this publicly for the whole world to see. How much more hateful can hatred be? They manipulate you in every way to gain your love, labor, and energy. And once they receive it, they spit on you, they hit on you, they shit on you, and they quit on you. And then they say that's how you deserve to be treated. They throw you in freezers, they bash you in the head, they kidnap you, rape you, they leave you for dead. Then they blame you for it and they laugh. They laugh at your suffering. They laugh when you're dying. They laugh at your injuries. They laugh when you're crying. They laugh at your trauma. They laugh while they victimize you. They laugh at all the forms of violence they commit against you. They laugh and they laugh. They laugh with glee because there's nothing that brings them more joy than making you bleed. So don't come at me because what I say is true. Whether you believe it or not, they hate you. And they're so proud of their abuse against you. They go live and record it so that the pain they inflict on you can give them pleasure to watch and the world can enjoy it too. They show you humiliated, and dehumanized, and crying in pain. They harm you for clickbait, for their profit and gain. And when confronted with the mountain of evidence of their abuse, they refuse to listen. They've got an excuse. When you talk about it, they tell you you're being divisive, a distraction. They say you're wrong. They take no responsibility, no accountability, and their hate for you goes on. So I don't care what they say. I don't care how they feel. And I don't care about their professions of love. It ain't real. This is pure, unbridled, unrepentant hate. Their actions prove it, and they've sealed their fate. They hate you. And to show you the proof of what I say, you knew exactly who I meant when I said they.